First and foremost, all praises, glory, honor goes to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Wakakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone. Excuse me, that taught us his true citation on Yaki and pushing his word day in and day out, doing this quick lesson on what you got here called the FAA. It done turned away many of flights, you know what I'm saying? Due to 13,000 air traffic controllers have been working without pay for weeks. All right. So, when that happens, people are like, oh, hell no. I got to get out of here. I got to resign, whether officially, unofficially. I got to be AWOL. Because Trump wants to blame this on the people. This martial law. This shit hitting the fans. Type of scenarios. Leave the world behind. Type of ordeals. I remember about a year ago, I want to say, I had a vision. It could have been earlier this year. Recent memory, right? I had a vision. Similar to that scene, Leave the World Behind, but the dude, he was on the beach when it happened. Me, I was like in my neighborhood type shit. And I remember I was like going for a walk or walking back home from somewhere. And remember I seen this plane flying above me and it just kept coming lower and lower and lower to the point I'm like, oh shit. Excuse my French. This thing's about to crash. So I just started hauling ass full speed and the plane either flew over and crashed in front of me or behind me, but I was good. Because I remember I linked up with one of the Akim in my camp right after to let them know what happened. All right. These are the type judgments getting ready to take place, especially with these guys bailing out of the air traffic control. It's really, it's operated more than likely by AI right now. They don't want to say it for certain airports or whatever. They probably doing little mock trials and shit, trial runs of AI being the air traffic controller. Because, the real air traffic controllers, man, they bailing out, man. They had, I'm here, there's a month, no checks. They got a mortgage. They got car note. Some of them going child support, spousal support. They got all types of bills. Right? The more bills you have, the more money you're going to want to make. All right. And, they make decent money, a couple $100,000 a year from what I hear. And the government, they don't want to pay that shit. So, because we're in a silent collapse right now. All right. But that's what's happening, man. And it's all done by design. And let me get this one other article. Because it's Edomite. He basically spills the beans on the plans that they want to do, man. All right. Which, I'm going to be honest, right now is not a good time to. Of course, brothers, if you got to get to the other side of Babylon, you ain't got no choice but to fly unless you want to drive 3 days. So that's going to put hell on your body. Just sitting down in a vehicle for that long. But in general, now's not looking like a good time to fly, man. All right. Can't find an article. Basically, the head of the travel department, he's basically saying that ain't gonna be no travel for real. All right. For their Thanksgiving holiday, man, which is a beautiful thing, if and when it comes to pass. All right. And I seen something else. It basically said like 10,000 flights got canceled in one day, man. And the travel industry is big industry, especially for America, because you got certain states like Florida, that depend on tourists, tourism and stuff like that, man. These small businesses depend on tourism. It's a guy that he remembers me like a guy in Florida, man. He's a Jake, like an Eastern European type of Jake. He had this movie stand. I remember I didn't go for I remember the stand and everything, but I didn't go to that part of Florida for years, maybe like 3 to 4 years or some shit like that, man. Years, man. And he remembered me. You know what I'm saying? When I came back, because every time I come, I'll stand in line and then it'll just be a whole line of people just right behind me. I look back and it'll be like 20 people out of nowhere. Because we bring business, man. Wherever we go, we got good energy, man. We high energy. Us, men of the Lord. All right. So I know he's hurting right now, man. May the Lord be with that, brother. Because I remember I bought him so much business one time to a smoothie stand. He gave me a free smoothie, man. When you see people just give you a free, I already knew what it was about. It was because I brought the business with me. So let me get this precepts to lock you. Just drink some water. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 17. And it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, man. That's the times we living in, man. What better way, or what better excuse for this devil have to lock down these cities? Saying, look, man, there's no air traffic control. You got planes falling out the sky. A plane jumbo jet might fall into an NFL event. You know what I'm saying? That's the times we living in, man. A major judgment's about to happen. High names, top names of this society is gonna be taken out just like that by the boatload, man. As well too, it's no more one or two, mortalities like Kobe Bryant. It's gonna be whole teams getting taken out. Whole, you know what I'm saying? Whole private jets. Lord's about to take out. It's about to get crazy out here, man. Through the spirit, man. Scripture says a time like no other, man. All right. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. Yeah, man, these cities, man. This is where all of America is going to get judged, but this is where the main focal point of judgment is going to be in these cities, man. These major cities, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, New York, Los Angeles. Wherever you see the men of the Lord, that's where Houston, Texas. That's where you want to see Chicago. That's where you want to see the major judgment playing out, man. All right, because this truth really, started in the inner cities and branched out to the suburbs and different areas. All right. Started with apostles and elders in New York City, and then brothers just went out. They just followed suit and went out in their own local cities, man. It says the city shall be troubled. Hey, you see the trouble now, people. Not knowing where their next meal coming from. And then, Jake just ready to crash out. So when they get half of their food stamps this month and then half next month, this is the time of year where people eat the most too. Even myself personally, I'm noticing my because it's chilly, yo. So, one thing about food, it does warm you up a bit. All right. So I've been noticing myself. I've been eating way more food now than I did in, between June to September. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm just keeping it a buck, keeping it fun. So, the houses shall be troubled. How's the houses going to be troubled? People going to be going door to door, man. Mainly looking for food. You're going to have cannibals out here. Men looking for women. You're going to have predators out here. And man shall be afraid. So men are going to be afraid from top to bottom, man. Okay, even us men are low. We're going to have the power and still be afraid, man. With the power, man. All right. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Yeah, now UIC, from what I know, they don't teach spiritual power, man. Just had to throw that out there. But try to destroy their houses with the sword. So man's gonna have no pity very soon, man. It's gonna be just like the purge, man. You know, you never like your next door neighbor. Guess what? You know, it's gonna be an hour. And Trump might declare it legal, man. If you wanna declare an hour, you could smoke, you know, whoever you want during certain hours of the day. Or if you catch someone what they call that shit, breaking curfew. Out past sunset. You know, it's open season, man. Upright. But y'all destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so right now we in a manufactured famine. All right. But real soon it's gonna be an all-out famine, man. Right, starting with the famine of the word, real soon. Which is devil's moving scared, so I'm thinking, you know, he's not just gonna say, okay, you can't upload video. This is gonna be an event that's gonna take place where, you know, he has a scapegoat, he has an alibi. Like, okay, yeah, due to this event, you know, no more Israelite videos. Yeah, which I can't look forward to because this guy Nero Trump, he's gonna usher in hunting season, man. All right. Hey, scripture said a woman gonna lament for the teats. Part of that teats is traveling. I ain't never met a so-called black woman that says she don't like traveling. Not one. All right. So be at the time, man, where the Lord is visiting this place, man. All right. So I'm gonna end it there till next time. Shalom.